So you have the percussion of All-Star, piano from Tongue Tied, guitar from Rockefeller. What the hell is this song?
Alright. There I go. Got all the stream stuff already.
We're just waiting for Trent to be done being a DJ.
I've been in Roll20 this entire time. I've been in Roll20 ahead of everyone else. I've been waiting.
God. I'm just doing the last couple things, like getting music ready and stuff.
Making music.
Making music. How about you just make the music for the stream? How about that?
I confuse her again and try my hardest to not get you DMCA'd.
That would be the biggest struggle, yes.
Me
Like,
actively
please,
playing my turn
please.
and
I'm like, please, please, careful.
Please, please.
I beg you.
me crushing the vocals.
Just the bit crushed portal song.
Just bit crush everything by like 20.
Alrighty.
John Madden.
John Madden.
John Madden.
Oh,
John
Jacob,
Madden.
Good
Yes.
boy.
could you bring me the honey, please?
Didn't I put enough in? Okay.
So fucking high
Yes.
maintenance.
It's-
She's at
It still needs a
high.
little bit more. For a second, I just thought you were trying to throw it at me.
No.
Okay. Gamers. First, it's time to get my dice pile ready. You
Oh,
ready to see my pile of dice?
I need to
Oh my
grab
god,
out
so
my...
many things.
Oh my god, what did you do? Are you gonna
Well, they-
lose your dice now? You're
God.
worried about me
He's like,
losing them.
yes, my dice. That's why I'm always very careful with how I handle my dice. Because I have a shit ton of them, and I don't want to pick up a shit ton of them.
But I still have a D20 somewhere on my floor from like session 5 that I accidentally threw.
The only time I panic about a dice falling is if it's a metal D4. Because that means I cannot really walk.
Yeah.
Rest yourself from your shackles!
I have a whole list I've prepared of things.
I have two
I've
things
made
I'm
sure to
doing, but,
prepare.
Rish.
This time I'm prepared. Last time I was also not prepared, but...
Alright, stream and everything started, everybody ready, everything
Yep.
ready?
All
It is
going,
all-
Chief.
Alrighty. So, last time, our adventurous
Dragon Ball
hero-
Z.
Shut the fuck up.
Dragon Balls.
I was
Somebody had to
trying-
say it.
My god.
It's true.
Anyway, last time, our adventurous heroes, through the abduction of Vestra and the summoning of Gorthadak, backed after healing him from his wounds, him now being conscious, it seems, for a message reaching most of your minds, to bring yourselves back to the bar to communicate with him. You make your way back, see a group of kobolds, one constantly turning into a tiger, proceed to try and give them the rock that would
That's
turn-
not a we, that's a him.
Tylik then Tylik then trying to give the rock to one of the kobolds that likes the tigers. Corazorn then intervening, taking possession of the rock, therefore is no longer in the party's possession,
Oh no!
brings you to
I sure
the
hope you're not alone in these next 11 days.
brings you all towards the brings you all to Gorthadak to be able to have the conversation, informing him of Vestra's abduction and Gorthadak's mood being changed from another person being abducted. Corazorn quickly leaves the room and assembles the people that he had talked about to help you and aid in the saving of the assaulting of Zokar's base in the middle of the forest. Small talk conversation with Gorthadak. You received a skeletal hand in order to end Zokar once you gain the ability to. Grouping up with the people, a roguish gentleman that seemed indifferent for the group, and two massive paladin-like people who seemed very energetic. Walking through the woods, you eventually come across a familiar wolf, leading you eventually to Zokar's base. You all sneak up, the paladins start making the first move, clearing out a line of undead, allowing you all to safely make it into the front door. Battle ensuing as the start of it ensues with John, Kent, and Tylik kicking in the door, getting a natural 20, causing the door to fling off its hinges, landing on a prepared magical circle that then shrapnel shotguns somebody sitting across the way.
Awesome.
Then later on, a hasted man coming down the stairs, a familiar hasted person that seemed to ram through the players beforehand. Then getting cleaved in 3 by John, who had been enlarged by Tylik. Somebody proceeded. Then Kent raised dead on the dead person. They proceeded to chase on one of the dead mans. They proceeded to chase after somebody still alive. They ran up the stairs, Brenham knocking the floor out from under them falling, hitting the ground and dying. Zokar peeking his head through the broken floor, John going into the broken floor, grabbing him, throwing him into the ground, until the ultimate demise of Zokar. Destroying the runes, keeping the place hidden, you place the skeletal hand against Zokar's slowly regenerating body, and Gorthadak himself appears in the hand's place and seems to destroy the very soul of Zokar. Then, afterwards, you go downstairs to the pacified person. Gorthadak then proceeds to dominate their very will and get all the information they can out of them until disintegrating them. You also explore the upstairs and locate Aurora, the first person who had ever met who helped you out of the fountain when you first arrived into the world. Gorthadak took Aurora to bring her to safekeeping. You all went back with the rest of the group. And as you're on your way back with the rest of the group, 3 tigers appeared. However, due to your larger numbers, you easily take care of the tigers. I rolled to see if I got less than a 5, and I got a 2, and then I rolled a d6, and you got 3 tigers. So that's what happened. If it was greater than a 5, the tigers were going to appear, sometime later. But so the tigers are no longer an issue, thankfully. You all slowly make your way back to the town, slaughtering the tigers, making your way back, eventually meeting up with Corzorn again. He brings you back to Gorthodak's office, and then you have a small conversation with him. We'll just blast through this so we can get to the time skip, and gives everybody the equivalent of 400 gold. So each person gets 400 gold for the defeat of Zokar.
Oh, did we put that in last time, or?
No, you're putting that in now.
Oh, okay.
You all, last time we ended as you guys were leaving, so now we're getting into the continuation.
400 gold.
So each person gains 400 gold for the defeat of Zokar. Bids you all a good time. Wishes you all good luck in what you wish to do. Reminds you of the dread worms coming in the next couple days, nearing the end of the month. And you all leave the building and are placed back in the center of the street. Next is a time skip of 11 days, bringing you all from the 7th of the month to the 18th. However, you obviously all had time to do things during this time skip. So first, as a whole group, is there anything that, as a whole group, you guys would like to have done during this time skip? If not, then we can just go into more individual interactions.
I got nothing for a group as a whole.
Unless there's like little quests that could have been done within that time that weren't super crazy that we could have done as a team. Because I know we were kind of wandering around doing quest stuff mainly. So I mean, if there was any little quests that we all would have done as a whole, sometimes within that time, then maybe.
A few of the guild hall quest things.
Yeah.
All right, is everybody wanting to do a few guild hall quests?
Yeah.
All right.
Or what I
Maybe
want to do.
2 or 3.
I
Within
don't think
11
I
days?
would have been participating in this with what I was doing.
All right,
Okay.
so it's just you three. I'll roll a d4 to see how many quests you guys were capable of doing. And then however many it is, you three are all going to roll a d20 to see how well you did in each quest.
Okay.
So first, okay. So you three were only able to do 2 quests. If I could have everybody roll a d20 2 times.
D20 2 times. I'll pull
Just
out
roll
my
up.
actual ones.
Yeah, just roll a d20 2 times.
I got an 18 and a 16.
I could just roll
I
two
Alright.
D20s.
I don't want to roll a second one. Okay, I got a 1 and an 18.
I got a 1 and a 12.
Okay.
All right.
Damn.
So,
Ugh. What the fudge is this?
you all think, okay, it's average strength. I mean, it's good for a party of 4. I'm sure we could do it with a party of 3. We're having a difficulty time finding Tylik. 2 out of 3 of you go down during your first fight with clearing out some things near the first range. John cleaving
Just
through the
fucking
red.
heavy metal music blasting.
Yeah, John luckily able to clear out the rest of the goblins during the first quest that you had. I guess there was more than you were anticipating. Bringing the party back, you realize maybe you should go for something a little less, considering it's just you three. you all take another quest. You all seem to do fairly decent. Middle, like, not cleaving through everything. John doing his normal, just cutting things in half. And I will say each of you, for completing 2 quests, one almost. If John had gotten gotten a 1, then that would have been serious.
We come back barely living. Tylek's like, what happened? What
On
happened
both
to
of
you
you
guys?
over my fucking shoulders.
Yeah, literally, just slowly carrying you back. So I will say each person gets another. We'll say each person that participated gets another 300 gold for that.
Another 300 gold.
Other than that, is there any other, maybe not the whole, any other group activities, maybe not involving the whole group?
I mean,
Or are we?
there was the one that I talked to Trent about with, like, the focus group.
The therapy group.
About Ken and John just going and, like, to a focus group for troubled souls.
John goes to
Troubled
therapy.
religious souls.
Troubled
somehow
religious
pissed
souls.
off.
It is. Honestly, John, therapy.
You died, and how do you deal with it?
Going, damn, that sucks. So I'm out of my
Fighter.
element yet again.
John Fighter, the man renewed.
Every time John has to talk about anything that he dealt with, he just has like an entire paragraph, and everyone's like, "What? Oh,
Like the face.
Trying to read it.
slowly sinking
That
in
come
as
from?
people read it.
that'd be pretty funny."
Oh.
Oh, whoa.
All right. So, are you two doing the focus group, or are you not doing the?
I was gonna say yeah.
Yeah, fun,
Okay.
fun
Try to find
stuff.
some form of comfort and or normalcy.
All right.
Yes.
I say one of the days you two get together, you walk around the town, go more towards the
Every
civilized
Tuesday.
area. Nearby the church, you eventually find a building that is a group of people who all don't remember what it was before they got here. They just appeared here suddenly, and the news were broken to them that they died, and a lot of people dealing with just that trauma of sudden knowledge that they had died and passed away, and the bonding experience between Kent and John, of them both just going this, working out whatever issues, John doing the best he can with his inability to speak.
I mean, you do have rock. Are you even able to use the rock in there?
No.
What do you have on this goddamn rock?
Do you know how complicated things are going? Like the things I'm gonna have to say are.
I'm like,
Just my fucking words.
do we need to get you another rock?
Maybe, who knows? John with its like
One that
fucking
actually says your
keychain of,
name?
like 14 rocks.
One that actually has your name on it?
No.
One that says hi and bye as well.
Yeah, where are the words?
I know exactly what the words are. Do you want me to resend them to you?
No, I found it. Yeah. So yeah, do you mind if I say it to everybody?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. His words are who, where, what, how, are you, okay, wrong, right, thanks. Those are his words.
And like the only one we've heard is
Thanks.
Okay, the
Thanks.
whole like who, what, when, what, that makes sense.
I
But then you just have a
suppose.
whole sentence of "Are you okay?" instead of just "Okay?" question mark.
What are you? Why are you? Where
Why
are
are you?
Why are you?
Well, someone's doing something. Why are you? Why are
Okay.
you doing this? What are you? Where
Why are you?
Wrong, right, thanks. I feel a fairly robust.
Wrong, right is what it
All
said.
right.
It was like, all right.
Okay, they make
I do
more
feel
sense
like you
now,
should have had
being that
your
we
name
actually
in
know
there,
what they
though.
are.
All right. If that is all the group activities, then to begin with, we are going to start off with John. John, during these 11-day time skip, what is it that you are doing?
I'm grinding out about approximately 300 more gold.
All right.
I need something, man.
I'll say go ahead and roll.
Take up a part-time job.
Go ahead.
Job, do quests by myself. Who gives a shit? I need money to get.
You're doing
Wait.
laundry for like
Roll
20
percentile.
gold for old women.
Percentile.
Roll percentile.
My fancy dice. That is a 91.
91. All right. I'll say you, after getting the questing done with the other two of your party, unsure of what the fuck Tylik is doing, you decide that you wanna get a quest out yourself to finish out whatever funds you need. You pull a smaller, easier quest of helping stop some ruffians that were causing trouble that were inside the abandoned district. You go out there. The quest reward itself was for about 200 gold, and you thought that was a good place to start. Whenever you go there, they give you a bit of an issue, but then after you turn 2 of the 3 people into just mountains of flesh, the third person decides that they are no longer going to be a threat to you, and hands over their personal bag of gold, which is another 300 gold, and also claiming that they are not going to ever bother you or anyone ever again, as you have just given them nightmares for the rest of their life.
He's walking a better path now.
You go back, claim your quest. You now gain the extra 200 from completing the quest and the 300 from that man's personal gold. What is it you are doing now?
I'm buying 1 acre of land.
All right.
What? What?
And I had said
Finding a sense of normalcy.
Okay.
I had said that
There's
was
about 1,200 to 1,500 to 2,000, and
Right,
I
okay.
have 33 gold short.
Oh my god. I didn't even think about the idea that you could just build a house.
Yeah.
all right.
That's amazing, honestly.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. See how much this might cost.
-1. Let's get it. That's a 12.
12 total. The man looks at you, goes, all right,
I'll give him the opportunity.
he goes, how about 1,600? 1,600 for an acre.
I don't have that much. I have 1,477. Welp, guess
How
I'm
much
gonna
you-
grind out another fucking quest.
How much did you say it was?
1,600.
1,600. I am 123 gold short.
I mean, if you want to ask your friend Kit for help, he does have some money saved up.
John doesn't feel right doing that.
Alright then,
All right.
sounds alright.
One
I'll
more.
say-
It ain't even gotta be much, man.
All right. I'll say you go ahead, just roll another percentile dice. You're not looking for a whole lot, so
Don't fuck me, okay? Come on. Is that a 7 or is that a 4? I can never read that dice. It's a 48. All right.
48. Okay. You find about, you complete a quest just about delivering things from one building to another, doing supply runs. Something simple, getting out your brute strength and your speed of running. And I'll say you gain about 150 gold from that. I'll go ahead and stop you there for now.
Sure.
Tylik, what are you doing?
So
If you wish to keep it secretive, because we have talked about it, but
yeah, so for what the party knows, and has seen, Tylik has been spending a fair amount of time with Gorthadak. And other than the words taking care of business, there wasn't really much more said. Tylik was very inconspicuous with his actions during the time period.
So how is that any more different than normal?
I mean, yeah.
I'll say go ahead and make a persuasion check, see how well this is going.
Would I get advantage for any reason?
I say you're getting the regular persuasion check just from helping out with him. If you want to spend more of your time in general helping out Gorthadak, then that would give you advantage, but that'll give you less things to be able to do over the 11 days.
Okay. Mostly just a standard.
All right.
24.
24. It seems to be going very well. Gorthadak is warming up to you as much as somebody who of his caliber and station can, while still being wary, always being cautious.
Very vigilant.
But you definitely think things are going well. You're definitely no longer a constant side eye from him. You seem to be getting into the better graces.
Okay. And as for the rest of the time, I've been taking care of the business I've had to taken care of, and I would. What would it do?
Because I know what we talked about you would be doing out in...
Yeah, I guess... And in my downtime, just practicing my craft.
Alright, I will say... In your... Because I'm assuming you would spend your time doing the things out in the Farlands as we talked about.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd say go ahead, make an investigation check.
Could I go fill up the cat's food real quick?
Yes, you
Alright,
do that.
I shall be back.
I'm surprised I don't have proficiency in investigation.
Oh!
Ooh.
You're having a hard time.
You don't find shit.
You're not used to this world you're trying to get into and mess with. So you're not exactly sure what specifically information you need to find and where it needs to go. So you're having a difficult time. I will say, through word of the traveler, you will learn of land sales going on in the recent area, people trying to purchase land, sell land, and one more rude, you could say, merchant who seems to be buying a lot more land for selling to others at a higher up price.
Okay. And would I have figured out anything about the people we sold land to?
One of
Um,
them trying to be John? Question mark.
I will say you're not fully aware who he's trying to sell land to, but I'll say you know John went at least to this village or past it.
But it's John.
Like, you know it was John because you saw him, because it's difficult for somebody else to look like John. He's got a kind of unique
That, well, I do have the scarf covering the throat, but it is my fucking scarf.
yeah, like it's very
Oh, so
obvious
like a
which one is
fucking-
John. It's a brick shit house with a very nice scarf.
A brick shit house with a flag attached.
Yeah.
What was on the scarf again?
It's 2 stick figures and then a smaller stick figure in the center, and that rests about where his throat is.
I spy you with my little eye. A brick shit house with a nice looking scarf. Yeah. I don't think there's much else.
All right. We'll finish up John real quick. John, you finish your quest, go over to the man. You place
1,600.
yeah, you place 1,600 gold in front of him. He hands you a magical card. Whenever you hold this card, you look out into this massive field and you can see almost like a glowing barrier. And it basically shows you where your acre of land is.
Hmm.
And you're able to turn off this, like, it's only within your sight. You're able to see the acreage and not at will, basically. For free, you can turn on and off this site.
John will then go out and start making a house. He'll like go out, source lumber. Yeah, it's honestly what he'd do.
Do you do it by yourself, or do you ask any of us for help?
God
John,
damn it, John.
unless approached by someone else, will simply just do this by himself, because it grants him a sense of peace, a sense of what he used to like, what he's done before. Reminds him of when he was alive and the family that house contained. So he will quietly, and unless walked up upon and outright offered help, he will not take any.
Do you tell us that you're doing this?
No.
Oh, okay,
we'll
then we
say-
don't know about it.
Yeah.
As you're doing this, a few people in the neighboring fields, maybe where some other houses might be, other fields might be, a few people do notice, and some people do come up and ask if you would like any help, if you need any assistance in planning out a floor plan and things like that. And so if you do wish to have it, you have about 2 to 3 more hands willing to help throughout this time.
Yeah, I'll make pleasant with the neighbors.
What do you think this is? 1786? You don't build a barn, dumb.
Do you know who built the house he lived in?
The Sears catalog?
No, I don't know who Sears is or what his catalog has.
Have you not heard of the great wizard Sears and his catalog of magically built houses?
No.
Delivered
Sears,
to your doorstep?
Sears Glorious Manor. Oh my
Yeah,
god. Anyway,
Make himself like a semi-simple like farmhouse, like one floor wide, everything like interconnecting fairly simply. Yeah, that's just all he does for the rest of the time.
all right. I'll say through the time to take the quests and finally get the land and start the house, I'd say you're like by the time the 11 days are up, you're about 3/5 the way through building the house.
All right.
Finished up Tylik. Tylik, is there anything else? I say you have maybe about 2 to 3 more days of time. For
So
anything you'd like to do.
between working with Gorthadak, my personal endeavors in the Farlands, and
Is spying on me apparently.
craft in my craft.
In your craft.
Craft of spying on John.
I
Spying on everyone else.
do I my headset just fucking cut out for no reason.
If you need to go to Whisper to talk about something, we can go to Whisper.
I don't think there's anything whisper worthy that hasn't already been discussed. I suppose and the rest of my free time I'll make a couple bar owners not so happy.
You'll harass
to-
the local populace.
Yeah, but like trying to keep it on the down low, separated from me, just like as a traveler would want it. A little bit of chaos, enjoying the city, and enjoying my time.
All right. Next we will go to Kent.
Lord, I've been writing my list here of things I want to do.
All right. So start reading. What is it that Kent wants to do?
Kent, or should I start with what Kent wants to do, or what
Other Kent
would be doing?
Whichever
Which
you
would you-
decide.
Should I start with Kent or should I start with Kent?
Kent or Kent? Which one should I do?
There's Kent and there's Kent.
Kent in quotations.
But
Well,
which one
I
is the one in
can-
quotations?
We don't know yet.
Yeah, there you go. So I definitely think Kent would probably try to meet up with Miriam at some point, or like he would meet with Miriam at some point. I can't remember if Kent has actually like met up with Miriam at any point. Has he?
You only know their existence as other Kent. So unless it was written in the journal.
I don't think he would have written about that. Definitely not. So I definitely, at some point, I'm sure they would have run into each other at some point during, like, this time. Or maybe someone else might have told him about it later. I don't know.
Say, during this time, at least right now, during the 11 days, you don't have any reason to go towards the magical transportation building. So I say, at least as Kent, you don't run into Miriam.
Would it also matter if, because I know part of the things I written down was, like, Kent would once in a while check up on, like, Corazorn or, like, Gorthadak once in a while just to see how everything's going. Which, would you not run into Miriam even if that was included?
I mean, she mainly works just at the building, as far as you're aware. Corazorn has his own guild hall, and Gorthadak's preparing things. You do notice that after your few quests, you do find Tylik eventually helping out Gorthadak, finalize some plans, get some things figured out, getting some resources. Corazorn running his shop, like running the guild hall. Every now and again, you find Corazorn kind of standing near where the fountain is, like standing to the right, like to the side of the fountain where you guys entered the world, and just staring out into the endless forest. And he'll just stand there and stare every now and again, look back at the fountain, look at the one glowing black light floating above the fountain.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure also within these times, Kate would also, like, just check in with both of them, like, ask how everything's, like, going, and, like, just checking to see if, like, there's anything they need, or, like, any, just how they're doing in general, just 'cause.
Yeah, they say that they seem to have everything handled. If they require anything, they would get to you. But nothing ever really seems to come.
Okay.
But other than that, they seem to be doing okay. Feel free to make an insight check.
Okay. I'll do it on here.
$19.
Nice.
Gorthadak, ever since Zokar's demise, Gorthadak seems to have a bit of an extra pep in his step. He seems to be feeling better after the attack on his life, definitely. Corazorn, something about Corazorn feels off. It feels like there's a disconnect.
Hmm.
And you're not sure how to approach him. You're not sure what the disconnect could be. You're not sure what it is going on.
If I ever
Or-
ask him about it, like during any of these times, does he say anything about it?
Every time you ask like what's going on, he reassures you like, oh no, he's fine, everything's fine, and you mainly get the idea after several days of constantly seeing him. It's not like an immediate you notice a disconnect or notice there's something going on. It's after a couple days of noticing how he's acting, what he's doing, that you realize something might not be all right.
Okay.
But he constantly reassures you that, oh, he's fine, there's nothing to worry about.
Okay. Alright then. Otherwise,
What
I
did other Kent be doing?
what other Ken would be doing right now? He's definitely, like, any chance he gets whenever he sees anyone that looks desperate, he's just trying to convert people to the
Go ahead
god
and
of
make a persuasion with advantage.
Yes.
$14. All right. We'll say throughout the first couple of days, you maybe get 2 or 3 more people to one person you feel very confident that they are actually going to start following. The other 2 you're not too sure if they were just saying that to get away from you because they felt a little freaked out, or if they were actually debating it.
It's good odds, I suppose. Alright. Lovely.
I will say, eventually, as you're walking around, you do run into people that you know. People that other Kent would remember from before.
I'll be right back.
They would
like from like the other world? Oh, okay.
From before you died.
Okay.
You recognize them as some of the people that were with you during in the final place of humanity.
Alright.
Some of them coming up to you and asking, what's going on? What is the word from the mother? What is it we're going to be doing? Wanting your guidance, essentially.
Oh. From, when other Kent is
Yes,
present?
while
Or
other
both
Kent.
of them?
Well, only while other Kent. They don't come, like,
Oh,
they don't
she's
come
been
at you while you're
talking
regular.
to them. She tells them when to go to them. Oh, God. Okay, well... So they ask just like, what does the mother want?
Yeah, what is the word of the mother? What do we need to do? How can we be of service to you?
I think within that, whenever people ask that, Ken just replies with like, just keep a low profile for now. Convert people when you can, if you see anyone desperate. Otherwise, just get stronger and wait until the right moment.
They all nod, dart back into their walking, their continuations. Is there anything that you believe would be whisper worthy while we're here of what other Kent would be doing?
I am curious because one of the things for this is just like a question mostly, but Kent would probably try to look for people in his family at some point. Like he might try to search around or like ask around for which I might be maybe I should have mentioned that when also I was talking about looking for Miriam because I'm sure he'd be looking for just like any of his family in general to
I'll
see if
say
they made
go
it into this world.
go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. 2 GM or
Yeah. You can do 2 GM or not.
okay. I'm sure it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say I'll say like halfway through Kent does find Miriam.
Okay. That's good. Good
Alright.
to know.
Okay.
That's my best guess. Oh,
All right. So,
for 2 seconds, and somebody died.
all right. So I'm going to stop Kent there, and we're going to move to Brenham. So Brenham, what is it that you are going to be doing during this time of skip? Brenham.
I think I only have like 3 things. I'm thinking.
I'm
Think better.
thinking. Don't blame
What
the
do you
team, dude.
want? I'm driving.
What do you want? I'm driving.
Since Gorthadak's place is inevitably closed at the moment, I want to go around and see if I can find another bar and see if I can scrounge up some more money.
All right, go ahead.
I'll do that.
Make a performance check.
Me when goes the daddy shop is closed.
Sadly, yes.
Where the daddy?
And you hear a sigh from the heavens.
Someone is disappointed.
All right. One second. You make your way around. You go to some other bars. I'll say, playing around in some, you get maybe another 30 to 40 gold. I'll say you get about 35 gold. Other bars you go in and, you try to say to play, but you seem to be getting stopped by a familiar person that you remember seeing playing at Gorthadak's bar. They're about 5'3". They have knee-high boots.
Wears knee-high boots at this time of season. Jesus.
They have a tight corset framing, framed with a vest and a shirt with long baggy sleeves. A white porcelain mask that's smooth across the face. You're unable to tell what race they are. There's also a smile across the mask, with very form-fitting clothes. But you are constantly aware that this is the masked musician.
This bitch.
And so you keep getting stopped.
It's my goddamn job.
You keep getting stopped. There is maybe like 4 to 5 bars that you keep trying to go, that you tried to go to, and this person was already there, or you were about to get in, and then they stop you and they go in instead. And then nobody will listen to you about playing music because the masked musician is there.
Oh,
Ah.
well, damn.
I will say the first few
Rude.
times you meet them, whenever you first met them, was whenever you were leaving a bar and they just stared at you for a moment. and then continued on and took your place, and then it was a constant taking over what it is you were doing.
Hmm. That means I need to take my spot back from this bastard.
This bastard.
Could I go around to the other bars that I'm actually allowed in? And
It's not
see
that
if I
you're
can
not-
learn anything?
It's not that you're not
I know.
allowed, it's just that they're... Well, the masked musician is there, they don't want anybody else.
Yeah. Could I see if I could find out any information at all? Or
Yeah, you learn... Go ahead, just make an investigation check. Investigation or... persuasion with a higher DC to try and persuade information out of people.
for persuasion? That was not the right move.
You're not sure what's going, like, who, like, people don't really want to talk to you. Like, the fact that you don't know kind of has people on edge. So you're not able to learn much about who really the masked musician is.
Hmm.
Okay, but from that I can tell that they are like
They're well known.
important. Yeah, we're very well known.
They are very well known, but the fact that you don't know the very well known musician has people very concerned and confused about what your intentions might be, why you're asking so many questions.
Okay.
It's like, I'm just curious. Come on.
I was curious. He stole my spot. I want it back. Maybe not want
I'm
it
just
back.
curious.
but
I'm
at
new
least-
around here.
I'm just curious. I was here. I've only been here for like what, 10 days at this point, maybe.
Yeah, been about like 10, 12 days. Anything else? What else are you doing?
While I am going around the different bars, I just want to like try and learn kind of maybe not as much as I can, but at least learn the main surrounding of the city. Like just kind of walk around, kind of
Alright, just
notice
get
where
familiar.
everything is.
Get familiar with the layout of the city.
Yeah.
All right. You learn that, like, once you get past a certain, like, basically the entire third of the city to the right is all industrialized. It's all industrialization. It's all work, like factories. That's where things are made, things are enchanted, things are forged, parchment is made, things are shipped. That is mainly where industrialization and equivalent of factory work is done. The bottom left across the front, across the way throughout the wall where the forest is, all seems to be housing and mini markets. Then between a space equivalent between the church and the arena to the left, once you get past about like 2 miles, is the abandoned zone. But then you get past the church, and then it's more markets and housing. And once you get more towards the edge of the city, past the church, then you get to like traveling and people selling horses and magical items to help you travel, and people to get you to cities, to basically get you further into the Farland.
Basically where John lives now. Like kind of that
So what are the chances he just sees me walking by with just a literal fucking log just on my shoulder?
Yeah, I'll say,
I feel like that's pretty
here.
likely.
yeah, at one point, like, as you're walking
Or-
around, you go up to the front, you're going up to that area, and you see John, with another person just loading up logs and stones and thatch onto a back of a cart.
Okay.
If you don't say anything, John's
Yeah.
just
I was like,
oblivious.
I mean, yeah, I'll go up to John and be like, hey, I'm guessing.
Hey.
Hey,
Hi.
that's pretty
Hey.
good.
I'm guessing you're gonna working right now then? Try and get some off and on.
John writes down building a house.
Oh.
I feel like he already has
Well,
a
like a
paper
little-
ready for it. He just already knows.
Yeah, just the
He said this
like
a
for
many
the
times.
for the 18th for it. Like,
knew this was
by the
gonna
time the
happen, hold
31st,
on.
Just the building a
Like,
house.
hold on, I gotta find the page. Hold on.
Like a cute little quaint cottage, or just like necessities, or I'm guessing not extravagant.
It's like building a house. He doesn't know much.
He just shrugs.
Fair.
If only you had
All right.
I don't know on that rock.
Yeah, if only.
You just
IDK.
shrug.
All right then. Well, you know that if you ever need any help, I will gladly. I mean, I don't know how much I can help with building a house, but
John will
try.
kind of nod and
Help with your
consider
math.
it. I just and like he'll write down. I've got enough help right now, but maybe later.
All right. I just mean like any like feng shui, if you will. You know, a nice rug. You know, where to place a couch.
I'm gonna level with you. John's feng shui is going to be hot garbage.
One single
But
chair in the middle of the
he-
room.
Log chair, log
He doesn't
table.
understand the concept of
Log
feng
bed.
shui whatsoever, so he has no idea what you mean by that. So he just
I don't know if
nods.
John knows the name or the word feng shui.
Introduce us into a comfy carpet.
John's house consists of log table, log bed,
Log
frog
fridge.
chair.
Frog chair.
And that's it.
I was gonna
That is
say
it.
literally just an Animal Crossing house.
Oh my god.
All right. Anything else you're deciding to do after learning the layouts of the city? I will say you do pass by where Miriam works.
I was like, I do want to pop in and just say hi. You know,
Just say
Alright.
hi.
Just say hi.
Just saying
As
hi.
you walk in, you notice as you walk in, Kent is actually there, talking with Miriam, and they seem to be in a conversation. Miriam seems a little like not exactly like off put, but just like she's not used, almost like she's not used to talking to Kent. But you walk in and you just hear, "Oh yeah, I mean, I talked to you all earlier, and you never really, I mean, you just kind of walked away. Well, you can't just walk away from your sister. Well, hi, what is it you're doing here?"
Hi. Again,
Hi.
You gonna cry for help?
you know, I was trying to figure out like if I could tell which kin it was by the voice you were going to use. I still can't tell which one it
No,
is now.
that is absolutely what he sounds like when he says
Oh,
that.
okay then.
100%.
got it
Yeah, it's Kent. I mean, he seems really happy to be with his sister.
Am I interrupting your two's conversation?
Oh, no, you're not interrupting. What is it you need? You need to go somewhere, need a nice vacation. I know a nice place up on the ocean planet. I got a nice house down there. Let me tell you, it's a great vacation spot.
Oh, maybe you can show me sometime then.
Make a persuasion check.
Are you hitting?
I knew you
on
weren't
your
here just to
sister
say
in front of
hi.
her sister? In front of
It
her
wasn't
mother?
intended.
I was gonna say I wasn't sure if that was intentional.
Okay, if it's not intentional, then
It
we'll
would have been
ignore that.
smooth as fuck. If
I
it
don't know.
was.
Maybe you'll just pull her just by being casual.
I mean, that's the thing. That was so. Actually, roll one more time because even if that was unintentional, that was a very smooth line.
That was really smooth.
Ah.
17. She like kind of blushed. She goes, Maybe I will. You'll just have to get with me sometime if you got any free time. Looks
Well,
over
I
at Ken, looks at Ken, just goes, "Oh, hush! I'm your older sister. You can't say anything."
But that's my friend!
Yeah, and I'm your sister. I'm allowed to have my own relationships.
No,
He can buy
we're
my-
close friends. That's just
You
weird.
can be my friend too. Hey, you're the
Well,
one making assumptions this is gonna go somewhere.
Yeah, Ken, I'm just trying to make friends, okay?
You're
I
right.
made friends
Yeah,
I'm
too.
sorry.
With benefits, maybe.
You're not here.
I'm here in spirit.
No, if you were here in spirit, he'd have disadvantage on the persuasion check. So now you're
Yeah, so
how
please
your
don't be
risk
here.
is going.
well, I was just here talking to Miriam, catching up with her, but unless there's anything else you wanna say while you're here.
I mean, what have you been up to? Haven't seen you in a few days.
The usual, just I mean I am gonna be going with John to a focus group on Tuesday. But otherwise
The fuck is a Tuesday?
I'll say there is no Saturday, Sunday. There's only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Because I'm not-
weekend, goddamn.
I'm
Damn,
not
there's
making
no
up day
weekend.
names. I'm not making up day names.
Wenthar.
Yeah, there you go. Munthar, Tuthar, Wenthar, Thurthar, and Pythar.
My face when I just baited you into using something that one of my DMs used until we said it's Wenthar, my dudes, too many times and they gave up.
We're meeting on Tuthar then?
It's
God.
a wind time,
Oh.
my dudes.
I don't know that, and also, of course, randomly blacking out and then blacking into some random area, of course, per usual.
The huge.
Just wonderful.
Miriam goes, "Hey, if you're ever, I told you, you need to like find something to be able to center yourself. You've been having so many weird times. You always spaced out, felt like somebody else all the time. Whenever we were still alive. I mean, we're alive now, but you know what I mean."
Maybe one of your Tuthar group people could help.
Sure, why not? I'll just tell the people at the meat group that I black out and then wake up, and also I'm sometimes a different person. Yeah, that'll go smoothly.
Well, maybe they can, like, direct you to another one, so that way you could have a circle on Tuthar and Thurthar.
I legitimately did not understand that sentence with those words in it.
This is so stupid and I love it.
You're welcome.
I infect another D&D group.
Okay.
Wait. So instead of saying day, would you be like, "Hey, what star you want to meet up on?"
You still say day. It's still day and night.
No. Oh, God.
Oh, we can meet during the day on the star of 2.
This is the most scuffed shit you can ever say to me.
Oh no, I'm about to get smited.
Oh my God.
You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as a rock
No, no.
falls on your head. Yes, you do. You take it, but then you heal it because you go to sleep.
Oh
No,
my goodness.
I don't take damage because my skull is so fucking thick.
Oh my god.
Oh my
You take 9 points of
God.
bludgeoning damage as another rock hits you on the head.
What the fuck?
Just kill him via rocks.
What the fuck kind of rock does 9 damage to me?
The
It's just gonna keep going up.
I'm gonna start rolling percentile.
It does 100% damage.
Yeah, let me just roll a quick percentile, see how much damage that would do. Give me one that's a regular 10. There we go. 63. Yeah, no, you don't take 63 damage.
Oh, that just outright kills me.
Yeah, no, you don't take that.
Get fucked.
Get fucked, rock.
I walk by a building, someone accidentally drops a boulder off the roof.
You're like,
Don't-
hey John, what are you doing? He freaks out. It just caves in your skull.
No, it's just like, oh hi John, how are you doing? And John's like, oh.
John's like on the top of the house, and you startle him, and you accidentally drop a log on top of your head.
Oh my god. He's like, what? Ah!
All right, we'll finish up what Kent is doing. So you eventually found Miriam. You did eventually find Miriam, and then what else is it that you would be doing for the rest of the day, for the rest of your days, if you have time?
The rest of your days feels very threatening. What you gonna be doing for the rest of your days, huh?
Well, I did say I was curious about finding more of Ken's family if possible, but
So there's soul census with you.
that does also have something else that I want to ask about that would have to be whispered about later. But
Well, I can say Miriam. You ask Miriam because you find her and you're like other family.
Other
And Miriam
family,
tells you
question
that. Miriam tells you that she hasn't been able to find anybody else. You haven't been able to find your mom, your dad, and from what she knows, that might have just meant they were a person without a soul. So, because only people with souls appear in this world, so they might have just been soulless.
what
Damn.
the fudge?
Ooh.
Oh,
They're still-
no.
They're still living they were still living and able to make their decisions. They just didn't have a soul basically guiding it. So they were more
They
at
were
the whim-
NPCs.
Essentially, yes.
Holy
So-
shit.
Ken, did your parents happen to be ginger?
That's a
Oh
deep
my
pull. Holy
God.
shit.
Oh my god.
Gingers have souls.
You're automatically denied reincarnation because you're ginger.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if you're about to get a soul but you're born ginger, the soul just finds a new host.
Oh my god.
Not even the same person anymore. Well, along with that, since John's working on his house thing, it did make me think, I'm guessing the rest of us were just planning on, like, just getting a room at the end, like, every time.
I'll say because like through the help, since the magical in-service is kind of having a difficulty considering the manager has gone missing.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot
Um,
about that.
The magical in-service isn't running.
Oh
but-
no.
Corazorn has been keeping all who needs a room, has been letting you all use extra space that he has created within his own little pocket dimension where his office sits for you all to have rooms.
God, Corazorn's running an inn? I can't imagine how well that's going.
He's not running an inn, he has rooms for you guys. That's all he has.
Okay, because the other thing I was gonna say is if we're not able to get rooms at the inn, I was gonna see if Miriam possibly would be able to house Kent for now. Like, hey, can I, would we be able to share rent?
Yeah.
Can I crash on your couch?
I got a nice place here. Follow me. You can crash at my place.
Yes!
And she takes you over to, and it's a very modest house. It's 2 stories. Like she's got 2 stories. It's about like it's got a master bedroom, got 2 guest rooms. But it's a fairly nice living space.
Oh my god. And she's the only one living there?
She's the only one living there right now.
Heck yeah! That's awesome. She's lucky, oh my god. 2 master bedrooms and 2 guest
What?
rooms?
No, 1 master bedroom,
1 master
2
bedroom,
guest rooms.
2 guest rooms. Okay, still awesome though. Awesome, cool. So Kent would be able to
transportation
just
pays well.
crash and hit Miriam's place until
Yes.
able to do something else.
Is that everything Kent's doing? You
I mean, at some point, I'm sure Miriam and other Kent are also converse, like while he's staying there.
Yes.
And I'm sure other Kent would gush over the fact he's like, look at my spider, look at Piter.
Yeah,
This is
every
my
time you bring it
spider.
out, she's like, it's great.
It's great. Lovely.
Unless you got nothing else, I'll say that about. Unless you got anything specific, I'd say that about finishes up what Kent can do.
And that would be everything.
Unless you have anything specific you're wanting to try.
I have at least. I mean, other than like, Kent and other Kent would probably talk to each other a little bit, like through their book, but it's not
you said you
anything
had
like
something
super
whisper?
important.
You said you also had something that would take a whisper.
Yes. Along with one other thing for other Kent. I think that's pretty
Alright.
much almost it, though.
All right, we'll check with those. All right.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So the first thing that I was talking about with like the family that I wanted to whisper about was the fact that I don't know how much of his family or like the people, because I know whenever Kent or like other Kent, the way that their whole world was destroyed because he let the spiders out through the gate and it just kind of killed everybody. So I was curious,
trying
like,
to find the other people that might have not been a part of your family.
if there was any other people that weren't part of his family, but also part of that, like, if any of them do actually see Kent, if they know what happened and what he did, if they would have problems with him.
Okay, and just to make sure, you're letting me kind of go with the flow with making those people. You're not saying specifically what they look like and how their
Nah.
personality was. Okay, I'll say
The only
as you're
person
walking
specifically
around,
is Miriam.
I'll say as you're walking around, I'll just let's see which one you are. I didn't make it. Okay, 1 to 10, you're Kent on, and 11 to 20, you're other Kent. Okay, so as other Kent, as you're walking around, you do run into a few people. One is a gnomish person who you remember to be somebody who helped tend with the fields and use some magic to help make sure everybody had enough food for the final civilization. And they seem happy to see you. Thank you for all the help that you were able to give in healing people and helping people. One person that you never talk to because they see you and they leave is, and this is as other Kent, you're walking through town and you see a dwarven man who has long orange beard, braided, like coming into two braids, hair poofing out of the back of essentially a Viking helmet, like very stereotypical dwarf attire with a giant axe. Looks at you, his eyes widen, and he like clenches his fist slightly, and then he goes off.
Other Kent doesn't recognize him, or does recognize him?
You do recognize him.
Okay.
He was one of the equivalent to what a general would be for what forces there were left for defending the place.
Okay. Within other Kent's memory, would he have remembered if you saw him, like, at the very end?
Make a history check. You go one night while you're laying in bed, you think about it, you think about it. You're not able to remember everything exactly. All you can remember is you saw his face right before you died.
Hmm.
So he was there as you were dying.
Hmm. Okay.
And
Awkward.
you know that you died within the next couple of minutes after letting the spiders into the village.
Hmm. Well, it's good to know. Other Kent would probably write that down. Just to let him know, like, hey, just watch out for this person. Person might have beef with you later, maybe. Who knows?
All right. Is there anything else?
I do think that other Kent would try to, like, once in a while, subtly try to flirt with the goddess.
Go
And
ahead.
show his devotion to her.
Go ahead. Make a. Let me get the full list.
And you'd
I'm not
also,
sure-
like, would tell her about, like, the stuff that happened with, like, trying to convert people. And, like, talking to, like, the other people.
Go ahead. Make a persuasion check with advantage since you were able to convert some people.
Persuasion check with advantage.
Yes. $16. You get a few. Like, you talk with her a little bit every night. Show devotion, talk about things. You think you're getting somewhere, maybe. Though even you yourself are not you're not too certain how well this is the equivalent of a relationship with a goddess would go. But nonetheless, you think you're starting something.
Starting some progress.
You're getting the stepping stones ready.
Okay, that's good.
All right, is that everything?
That's everything with other Kent. The last thing that I thought might be good to address would be, I'm not sure if this is something we would want to have discussed with the others, but I do think at some point Kent would, like regular Kent would talk to, like tell Gorthadak about, like, the god he specifically worships and, like, how he's, personally concerned about what that might entail about, and also just kind of partially confide in him about the fact that he's like, I'm scared of whatever this other person that follows this god is up to.
Okay,
Especially with the other spider, like the big thing coming.
I'll say you talk to Gorthadak alone, because you're not sure what the others would think. Like, you're just wanting to be safe, you want, like, kind of bit of vulnerability. And Gorthadak says that just get with him whenever the group is back together. Come back to him on the 18th, with everybody else, and he can do something if you will allow him to allow you to talk with whoever else is in your head.
I'm sure he would also tell him about just, like, of course, like, the conversations he's had with, like, other Kent and stuff. But other Kent, of course, would be, like, anytime Kent would actually, like, ask other Kent questions through the notebook, they wouldn't be very, like, they wouldn't be vague. It would almost be like other Kent is, like, kind of toying with Kent, not actually, like, being straight with him, just kind of messing with him in some way.
Okay.
And, like, Kent would probably, like, after telling him about this, and, like, Gorthadak telling him, like, he could talk to him, he's like, I've already kind of been talking to him. I don't know if there's much I can do to, like, actually, like...
Gorthadak goes, do not worry. I can make it more direct, if that makes sense. Cut out the middleman.
How?
I'll show you, but I need you to trust me, and I need your friends to be here in case things go south.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I trust you.
All right. And we will finish you up there.
Go on the deck. Sexy man.
Anyway,
Hello.
That is all of Kent. Brenham, we will finish up you now. What is it that you are doing with the rest of your time? I remember you before saying you possibly working with Corazorn. I don't know if you still want to do that.
Hello.
I mean, yeah, I can double check on him and see.
Because I remember, because you had told me you wanted to work with Corazorn on something. Do you remember what that was? Is that a
It's
no?
not a no.
I actually do not remember that conversation part.
1 second.
I see.
Oh my god. I
I
need to
think
make sure
you-
whenever he comes back, I need to make sure I sell the freaking tiger pelts I've been holding on to this entire time. Within the 7 days.
I mean, yeah, don't let them rot or something. That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, I really need to make sure to do that. My goodness.
I'm gonna go take a piss.
Okie-doke.
Alright, so you work with... You go to him.
Trent went to Gilpias.
Okay.
The Pias.
You
Yes.
go to Corazorn, you talk with him, you learn what he knew about the 10 branches. And all that he's able to divulge is that for a while they've been dormant. There's not been too many left. You eventually go out with Corazorn at one point to raid essentially the equivalents of one of their bases. And he gives, and as you're going, you may go ahead and make just an investigation check. You eventually find some more important papers. You learn that of the 10 branches, the branch 2 and 3 seem to be completely disbanded, no longer doing anything. 4 was
Isn't that Corazorn and Gorthadak?
no, Corazorn is 4, Gorthadak is 8.
Right.
2 and 3 are completely disbanded. Corazorn's branch number 4, that branch was eliminated entirely by Corazorn every single chance that the branch tries to reinstate itself. So every time there is talk about trying to reinstate that branch, there is constant worry and fear, and people do not go back into that branch. The branch for Mortak seems to be wavering on whether they still want that branch open. 6 and 7 are...
Wait, Mortak is 5?
Mortak is 5. 6 and 7 seem to be average, like, they haven't really gained or lost any strength since the 10 branches first created. Number 8 seems to be the strongest of all of them. And 9 and 10 seem to have combined themselves together. And they've also seemed to combine with the first branch. But they still decided, at least for now, to call themselves the 10 branches, even though there is not actually 10 branches.
Okay. So I was writing that down. 2 and 3 are dead. Branch 5, more taxes, a little iffy.
Yeah,
Branch 6.
2, 3, and 4 are all gone. 5 is waning. 6, 7 are average. 8 is the strongest. And then 9, 10, and 1 have all combined together into a singular branch to be about same average power.
Okay, so they were low, and then with combining all 3,
They're
kind of
about
average.
they're about average. They're higher. They're stronger than 6 and 7, but they are not as strong as 8.
Got it. Okay.
Other than that, that's all you're able to find with the branches raiding this building.
All right.
It also seems they don't have too many higher up people as Zokar was.
Kind of everybody else is kind of,
Yeah, it almost seemed like everybody was following his lead.
and then now that he's gone, everybody's kind of reverted back to their.
Yeah, there's a
Branches, and
bit of
it's
a
like-
power vacuum right now.
Okay.
Is there anything else you are wanting to do?
I think that might be it.
All right. All through your adventures. Yes, Kent. Yes, Audrey. Raising hand like a
I was just gonna say, I would at some point probably sell those tiger pelts I've been holding on to.
Oh, do you still? I thought you sold them already.
Did I? I can't.
I thought you
remember.
did.
I didn't think I did. I don't remember at least. I don't know. Does anyone else remember if I sold them or not?
I don't think you did.
Did you
I
not?
don't remember I did.
I remember them mentioned, I think, at Mortax, but I don't think he took them.
Oh yeah, I did not get to sell them there or do anything with them there. So yes, if I could sell those, that'd be great.
All right. I'll say, you look around, you find somebody, you find a leather worker. It's been a while. So he will buy both of them, but they were cut very, very well. He will buy both of them off of you for, he'll take them both for 5 silver each, for 5 silver.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. How
Oh,
many
John's
silvers
going-
did you say? 5?
Yeah, 5 for both of them. So you get 5 total. Because they have been left out for a little bit.
Yes.
John said he's going to be back because his computer's bugging out.
Uh-oh. I was gonna say,
yeah.
he's kind of frozen there, like just kind of staring.
Yeah, John will be back.
Like, I didn't realize that kind of frozen there. I thought he was just I thought he was
really
in, like,
still.
All right, if you want to go ahead, just take a 5-minute break. Get
Oh,
restroom
yep, there he
usage,
goes.
any snacks, whatever. While we do this.
Mm-hmm. How are you feeling? You need anything? Jacob?
I'm good.
Okay. I'm trying to like reorganize everything in my notebook for Kent. Like there's
I'm
so
just
much
saying,
stuff.
man. Don't eat oranges or mandarins while drinking a beer.
What are you
It makes it
experiencing?
kick a lot harder.
Oh no.
Because, alcohol is like fermented sugar and stuff. And you're just adding more sugar to it.
My god. Are you
My
experiencing this right now, sir?
I mean, it's nothing more than I handled before. But, like, I was cooking.
Hey Jacob, I have a question.
I have an answer.
You don't.
How do you spell Miriam?
Miriam.
Okay.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious.
All's fire.
Great balls of fire.
Great balls of fire.
Hey, he's alive.
Hello.
Maybe.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Going good. We're just taking a small break while you were gone.
I see. Apologies for that.
No worries.
You good? We're just taking a 5-minute break. All right, everybody. So, through the 11 days, doing what it is you were doing, making houses, learning information, going to Farlands, finding family. Eventually, the day of the 18th rolls around. And on that day, you all seem to be found one by Kent, asking you all to help him with something in the bar, as he has been told he's had some worries, and he was told Gorthadak would be able to help. So he asks you all to help him resolve whatever situation might be happening.
What's the motherfucking situation?
You all make your way over to Corazorn. He brings you to the bar. Then Corazorn leaves, leaving you all alone with Gorthadak in the room. And Gorthadak looks and goes, right. Kent came to me with some worries that the other occupant within their mind might cause them some harm. So, I'm sure you all have noticed that there's been some changes in behavior within Kent. So I am aware of a spell that will be able to bring them both out, essentially. reaches hand out to Kent to like motions you to come forward. Goes, if you do not want to do this, that is completely understandable. This might be very confusing for the first moment, as I will essentially be fragmenting your mind into two.
Okay.
If you still wish to go through with this, that is, I can continue, but if you do not, feel free to be on your way.
Is it permanent?
It's not permanent. It will only last as long as you are in this room.
Can't put this out his hand.
It was wonderful. Grabs your hand, grabs you on the head. You watch as runic symbols travel across and up Gorthodak's arm until a main symbol glowing on his hand, and you see they're not on his skin, they're floating just above. As he speaks were these words in languages that none of you understand. In a language none of you understand, you all watch as he pushes with a hand on Kent's head and pulls the hand holding his arm, and Kent there he pushes a head out and pulls a hand in and begins to make two Kents. Now, Kent, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Very good. Okay. As the magical words were being spoken, you felt suddenly your mind was being grabbed and pulled. What was it like? A sea filled with essentially a group of purple. And suddenly millions of tiny hands were grabbing the red and pulling it to the side, and others were grabbing the blue and pulling it to the other side. You feel as part of your mind that you feel are completely entwined are getting pulled apart, separated, until you feel half of it get pushed back and the other half pulled forward. It's unexplainably strange and painful, but not painful. It's like a tearing of something you didn't think was able to be torn, and all of you watch as two Kents appear. One of them, the one pushed towards the group, the same familiar, shaking, nervous, terrified body, and the one pulled towards Gorthodak, a similar, familiar, standing tall, confident, both looking and sounding exactly like Kent. And you see two Kents standing in front of you. And Gorthodak says, I thought so. I noticed it myself. I'm not in your group. I'm not really sure what you all need me to do here, but I'll keep them separated as long as you guys need to quell one's fears.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Kid's just like standing there shaking, just like, I didn't really think this far ahead. I just was wanting to figure out a way to figure out what the hell the other one was up to. The other guy's just like, I'm not up to anything.
Don't know about that one, Chief.
There's nothing that you need to be concerned about.
It's just the way that you said it. You know, if you didn't say it like that, I wouldn't have any problems.
It's
But
just the way I
it's the way that-
talk. What's there to be
Exactly,
concerned
you-
about?
Gorthrak looks, goes,
Odd to be able to speak.
Gorthrak says, leans towards other Ken, goes, so, you are the chosen of the god of kin. Now, here's the thing. Which one of you was the first?
Kent's just
Yeah.
like, what? I mean, I'm the first, right? Other Kent's like,
John-
no, I'm the first.
John will kind of point to the more afraid Kent. Like, because like that, I'm not an expert, but I feel like that's the original.
Go, Gorthrak says, right, I'm not really too practiced in, mentalized magic, more in I like the soul kind. Let me rephrase. Both of you were not in this mind at the same time. One of you started there. The other was implanted later. Does anybody, and he looks at the rest of the group, do any of you know anyone that would know who Kent was, has interacted with Kent beforehand?
What's her
Other
name?
than Miriam,
Goes, give me one moment. Lin looks off into the distance, nod, puts hand out. Corazorn appears with Miriam. After about 4 or 5 minutes, Miriam appears with Corazorn, goes, is this who you needed? Yes, I was not sure the name, but I know you've interacted with many people around here. That's all I need for now. If I need anything, I'll notify you. Alrighty. And Corazorn leaves, and Miriam goes, right, what's going...
yeah, I know.
What?
Long story.
Why is
Kent's
there
just like,
two of my
"Hi,
brother?"
Miriam!" Other Kent's just like,
I think I figured out which one's the original in one single interaction.
Yeah, I was gonna ask a question, but now I don't think I have to.
She just... So, right, why is there two of my brother?
That's kind of what we're trying to figure out right now.
Gorthrak says, it's a split personality. We're figuring out which one was original. And Miriam replies, oh, well, nobody knows Kent better than I do. I mean, I basically raised him whenever our parents got eaten by spiders, but, what... So you just need me to figure out which one of them is the real... There being two of them is really weird. Can I just say that, like, I've only ever seen him once, twice if he was looking in, like, the mirror. This is just strange. Looks at the two, looks at the, like, slightly nervously shaking one, looking at the confidently standing one, looking away from Miriam, goes, oh, I know that sass just from about anywhere. Looks at regular Ken, goes,
Which
Ken,
one is
goes,
fucking regular Kent?
But that's what we're
looks
trying
at-
to figure out right now.
regular Kent.
looks at the shy the nervous Ken, goes, yeah, you're the odd one out here.
What?
I remember this sass, pointing to the one Kent looking away, goes, that's my brother. He gave me all the sass all through childhood. It wasn't until early teens, late teenage years that suddenly you started to show up. He was never this
Huh?
nervous.
No, I was the first. There was only me at the beginning.
Quick question. Let's see if I can actually ask this question right.
Yes.
What's the first thing you remember? If that's actually something that you can actually say. And not...
Would Kent even remember, like, the first thing he remembers?
Make a history check.
Oh man, okay.
Regular Kent thinking.
Mm-hmm.
He can't remember childhood. He can't remember being younger, Miriam talked about being raised, but he can't remember being raised. He remembers, as Miriam said, like mid-teens, late teens. That's when he remembers being Kent, and he came along. He realizes that he almost like any memory he does think about, because he thinks harder, and he remembers something when he was a child, but it didn't feel like him. It almost like he was looking through somebody else's eyes. But he remembers able to take the control, he thought, whenever the magic came. Whenever he was able to start using magic was whenever Kent was able to control over other Kent.
Mm. So
that does not match this setting at all.
yeah,
Oh,
it
no.
definitely does not. But after you ask him, like, what the first thing he remembers, Kent just kind of, like, looks at the ground for a moment, thinking, and then he's just like, I don't remember. I don't... A lot of people don't remember things from their childhood, right? No one remembers a lot of those things.
Gorthadak pipes up and goes, I remember way too many things from my childhood.
You're a fucking anomaly, my brother in Christ.
Kent's just like hearing this, and he's just like,
Which Ken?
just shaky.
The
Kent.
nervous Kent.
Shaky Kent.
Yeah.
Just shaky,
Shaky
Kent.
Kent.
Shaky Kent is just like, what? No. I'm the original. I'm the original. Just
Miriam,
kinda, like, trying to ground himself.
Miriam comes up to the shaking Kent, grabs the hands, goes, I'm so sorry, sweetie, but you are not.
Oh my god!
I wish there was any other way to put it, but you're not the brother I remember growing up with. I'll do what I can to treat you just like the brother I do have, because you are still my brother, really, technically. But you're also kind of your own person. You're not my original brother. Meanwhile, what is the other Kent doing?
Other Kent's just kind of listening, just kind of observing. But while he will say something in a moment. But while Miriam's saying this, like, Kent's eyes are like starting to tear up. He's just kind of like,
Ron will look over and just like console Ken.
give him a little pat on the back.
Yeah. Miriam will pull the nervous Kent into a hug, like resting the head on the shoulder, be like, it's okay. Hey, you're still a person, though. You're still living. You're still breathing. You still have your own thoughts.
You're still a friend. That helps.
As soon as, like, Miriam, like, releases him from their embrace, other Kent pipes up saying, how does it feel to be the lesser of me?
John looks at that Kent with a fucking scathing look.
Just
If
kinda
I was
smiles
not
back.
actively consoling the other half of you, I'd be swinging.
Kent just hears this
We
and
have a
he's just
very
like,
dysfunctional party.
Kent is just like when he was tearing up before, he's just he is crying. He is breaking. The poor boy.
The poor boy.
Gorthadak is just like, all right, I feel this is getting a little out of hand. Looks at the nervous Kent and goes, "Are you wanting this to end? Are you wanting this over?"
Kent is just like he's just struggling, but he says like as soon as he like kind of like composes himself, he just says, we need information from him. What are your plans? What are you doing?" Other Kent's just like not listening, but he looks at Gorthadak and just says, I would prefer that we go back to how we were before, if that's all right.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Double nat 20s.
Oof.
I was wrong.
Gorthadak squints his eyes and goes, "I'm sorry, but this has personally gotten confusing, and I would also like some information solved and figured out. So if you'd like to answer my question, what is your true intention? Why? What quest have you been given by the goddess of kin?"
Other Kent is just he just says, well, as I am the original Kent, I shouldn't need to answer any of these questions, because it is none of your business.
Gorthadak just narrows his eyes, looks at the group and says, "I'm not sure that they're going to be very, cooperative."
Can't you use little Daddy Dominate Soul or anything? Just like a minor version of it, like a very minor version.
6 points of psychic damage.
Oh my god.
For that.
He goes, "I do not risk using any sort of soul altering or dominating while the soul is currently inhabiting 2 vessels. This is already putting strain on his soul. I do not put any more strain that it might not be able to handle. Besides, one half is already in deep emotional distress. Your emotion as well as your physical body can change and cause damage to your soul. That is another reason why, though I know information is wanted and probably required, it might be good for us to wrap this up and get whatever information we can. And I would refrain from hurting as much as I know you want to."
Well, Shaky Kent is just like kind of out of it, but he also just kind of is trying to relax, but also failing. But he turns to the group and is just like, I feel ready to be done, but if there's anything that you want to ask, Me? You can go ahead. But otherwise, I feel done.
I got nothing.
I got nothing for this.
This
Yeah.
sure is one of the situations of all time.
Gorthadak.
Situation.
Gorthadak will be like, let's end this. Places the hand onto the confident other Kent's face. A golden chain, two golden chains wrap around the head, and he throws the Kent into the other Kent, and the bodies, the moment they touch, there's a white flash, and after the flash dies down, there is just the one Kent standing there. The nervous, shaky Kent, and Gorthadak says, the goddess of kin will not be happy with me. Then again, I've never been happy with her. I've put her, original in timeout. He shall not be coming out for at least a couple days, or until the goddess of kin decides that it's his time to shine.
Well, that's comforting.
So how is this goddess of kin? Kind of what's her vibe?
Crazy.
She's getting off crazy bad right now.
Are you all aware of the tier of gods? The 5 tiers of gods?
No.
There's 5 tiers. Almost like exponential, but exponent of exponent of exponent of exponential in strength. Tier 5 is the one true god, the god above all. Tier 4 are the god's children. Tier 3 are the gods that are powerful enough to create souls. Tier 2 are the gods that create worlds and the people and animals within them. And Tier 1 are the gods that act as religious figures over within every world. Typically, a Tier 4 god, one of the children, would have no need to enter in another world. The traveler will, as that's just what he does. The one who travels likes to travel and cause his mischief. Miss Kin more likes chaos and children herself. This is why she tends to like the picturesque idea of spiders, as 1 to 2 spiders can make millions more. So, that is why there has been some assumption that spiders have something to do with the goddess of kin. And so she's gone to worlds and taken them over. Collapsed every religious standing that there's ever been, and ruled over random worlds, ruled over random places. Just to do so, to gain more followers, to gain more people. We have no real idea her true intentions.
Well, we do have one alleyway into that, and I look over again. Just the other one that's not there anymore.
Can't just kind of give like a weak smile. He's still kind of out of it.
Goes, right, well, if there's nothing else you all have for me, I was thinking, since I will be needed there for the fight against the Grimworm, um, I will obviously need to reveal myself out of death. So, I was talking with Gorthadak, and I was wondering what you all would think of another Colosseum fight. It seemed to go well last time. However, I feel like it might be good to break the 50-year time span just this once to reveal that death cannot take somebody of my caliber so easily.
Would be pretty epic.
And who would you be fighting?
Corazon, of course. I mean, unless you want to fight me.
I mean, if you think I could,
No.
Howard Scrunch!
Brennan was like, no, no, no.
Don't even think it. No.
In today's episode, Talek ceases
only
to
if you
exist.
think, only if you
Tylik
think I
is
could win.
Team dead.
Gorthadak kind of chuckles to
We
himself.
don't.
Sir Tylik, let me ask, aren't you feeling a little itchy? And I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Damn.
Uh,
I can't wait for the outright you roll before you even roll the dice.
You just
Does that pass?
explode.
No.
Yes.
He says itchy.
I'm guessing
And,
it had to be like a nat 20 or something.
oh, nat 19 or 20. It had to
Oh.
be. You, as he says itchy, like, you have it, like, there's a slight itch on your arm. You scratch it, then your other arm, and then the itch doesn't go away, and then you're like, the itch is like under, like, you realize your bones are itchy.
I cast Itchy Bone.
Oh my
You-
god.
Like, you can't, like, you want to
Ugh.
scratch it, but you can't. And after about like 10 to 15 seconds of vigorous scratching, the itchiness then immediately dissipates. And you just see Gorthadak with a big ass shit-eating grin. Just like, anyway, sorry. That was just my own amusement.
It was for our amusement too.
Goes, right, well, if that is all, I imagine I mainly wanted your opinion on that, as I was wondering if you all think that would bring the populace back to a vigorous popularity towards mine and Corazon's view. Ever since Zilkar and his goons were causing wreck, abducting people, and with Vestra still gone, people have been in a bit of a lull lately, and with my bar being shut down. Do you think that would bring people back? Do you think that would make them better as it could? What are your opinions?
it has the potential to scare them, perhaps.
What makes you think it would scare them?
Someone as strong as yourself defying death.
Oh, people defy death all the time here. It would, honestly, I think it might be a little more scary if somebody of my strength succumbed to death.
Fair, fair.
Would you open the bar again?
Of course, I'm still alive. Look, I have enough money to be able to live comfortably on my ass and infinitely travel for about the next 3 billion years and still have enough change to run 17,000 more bars. But look, I'm so incredibly bored just collecting things, not having a bar. Look, the bar is almost like a comforting space. I'm under half, like a millionth of a control under all the other me's. So, honestly, similar to what I put Kent through, except I'm controlling every other version of myself. Having it just be me feels eerily quiet, and I really don't like it.
Then yeah, I think it would be a great idea for the arena fight.
Wonderful. Goes, I think you should do that tomorrow. It's about nighttime now. So, if you would like to show up tomorrow to the great arena fight, and after the fight, get with me and Gorthadak on the defense plan against the Grimworm. You all will be hopefully instrumental in getting our plan to success.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Until then,
Wonderful.
ta-ta. And
Ta-ta.
the door opens. He goes back to his desk. The desk with the very, very high detailed, anatomically correct penis still up in the corner, just like shoved.
Does it have like a tablecloth over top of it to just kind of...
Every time there's a cloth put over top of it, the penis shape just appears on top of the cloth.
Oh.
The cloth
Even if he
edge
turns it
is-
like sideways?
So what I'm
The
hearing
penis
is,
shape then just goes to the other side of the desk. The penis shape is always visible.
Oh my
so what I'm hearing
God.
is, if you put your hand on it to try and cover it, it would be on your hand.
Yes, whatever.
Oh
It's
my
too big
God.
for your hand to cover. As you put your hand over it, yes, it does. Like, what part of the design you are blocking does go on top of your hand. As you pull it away, the design goes away. It's not permanent. The design is only on the desk, and it is whatever is about it is permanently visible. You are not able to cover it in any way.
Okay.
Hey Tyler.
The logistics would. The
I think you
logistics of
should
penis
get in
would be.
contact with your god and tell him to send it over to Corazorn's way next time he gets a chance.
I'll consider it.
Just share custody over the desk between the two of them.
Custody? Like a child?
Yeah, shared custody over the penis desk. Of
Can
course.
you take care of the penis desk on Saturdays? Or wait, are there are no Saturdays in here, are they?
Nope. Can you take care of the penis desk on Munthar and Frythar?
No, I'm busy on both Monthar and Frythar. I'm only available on
Who has-
Thurthar.
Custody of the penis desk.
You all leave, I'm assuming.
Oh yes.
Unless somebody wants to stick around and just fucking default dance in Gorthadak's office. You leave and it is nighttime. You look up, there is just a giant ocean, the giant familiar dead tree.
But the cosmic tree wasn't too good.
So it is nighttime. Where are you guys staying?
John's got part of the house to go home to.
Do you does he have like a roof over it at all, or is it just still,
Partially.
Yeah,
That's
like
just like,
he's got
remnants
a
of,
roof
like, a
covering
Minecraft
like
house?
enough for his bed,
and then that's it.
and that's about it.
Ain't
Oh
even
my
got a bed.
God.
It's like a fucking like bedroll on the floor, and that's it.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm sure Kent and Miriam probably are gonna start heading off to their place. But
Yeah, Miriam is like hand over the shoulder, like consoling Kent, just constant reassurance,
Kent?
like the only Kent that's available because the other one was put in
he's shaking. He's
essentially
he's all, like,
timeout. The
teared
other
up.
mind was put into timeout by Gorthadak.
Huh.
And like she just kind of like, it's okay, it's okay. I'm sorry. I had to break the news to you. I couldn't stand seeing you stand there trying think that something was real when it wasn't. I'll do everything I can to make you feel better. I am your sister after all. You just gotta let that be known.
Yeah. If you guys notice, like, her consoling him, Kent just kind of looks like it's, like, he's not fully there. He's not fully there to, like, hear everything that she's saying. He's just kind of, like, out. He's just kind of out of it. But before him and Miriam leave, he just kind of, he turns to you guys and is just like, thanks for coming.
Of course, Ken. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, yeah. You just get some rest.
He just
All
kind
right.
of nods and they leave.
So Kent goes to Miriam's. John goes to part of his house. Tylik and Bretta, where are you guys trying to stay? Are you going to try and find a different, because there are other inns. The magical inn service is mainly made out of utility, ease of access, but there are other inns.
Does
Yeah.
Gorthadak have anything?
If you're
I was gonna
asking
head
to
back
stick with,
Corazorn.
yeah, Corazorn does have the rooms for you still as well. If you want to ask Gorthadak for a place to sleep, you can make a persuasion check.
Hey, bro. Look, man.
Look, man, I
The
want to
manager of my last inn kind of got kidnapped. So I don't have somewhere to stay. Could you help a brother out?
The fact you have a plus 11 and you got a 16.
Expertise is a fuck.
Yeah.
You're gonna sleep on the penis desk?
He goes, fine, and like in the office whips a door. It opens and it's exactly the same room as in what the magical inn service would run.
Huh. Interesting. I guess I eat.
You eat. Everybody goes to sleep.
I see. Those little
Ooh, I
chest
can regain
piece,
those
like,
6
grows,
hit
maybe.
points.
Maybe his little, like, piece of metal is growing. Or maybe he's having
Oh, yeah,
he's
it's
probably
been,
having
like-
another dream.
I would say it's been like 11 days since we noticed that piece of metal again.
It is true.
It's bound to grow in 7 days.
Yeah, you would think so.
If it's grown like 3 times within 7.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if it even did grow at all. Definitely I'm gonna ask whenever he comes back.
Did it grow while you were asleep?
How's your piece growing? Did you make sure to water it? How do you water a chest plate to make it
Or
grow?
whatever the heck it is.
That would rust it.
Well, I mean,
That
what would you
like,
use to water
ungrow
it?
Oil?
Oil?
Mineral water.
Mineral water?
Still
Sure.
water.
Yes, because they have mineral water wherever we are right now.
Yeah, of course they do. It's a hard number.
I'm very curious as to what the heck Tylik was doing that whole entire time within those days. Since you're being Mr. Secret.
All right.
Normal night I've had in a long fucking time.
Another normal night, really.
Yep. So, everybody completes a long rest. You all wake up. You get yourselves all together. You speak with Corazorn. He says that the arena fight is going to be in about an hour, so you guys have about an hour to kill. If there's anything specific you guys would like to do, or if you just want to go straight to the arena fight.
I know what John's gonna do for an hour. I got a fucking house to build. He's not gonna get much work done, but like he's trying to get as much work done as possible.
Yeah. I'll say the other three get together and work with Corazorn, he lets them know of the time, and then the other three go to John and his house. You all find John's house.
I think Kent might just kind of like if they already tell them about like the time to meet at like the Coliseum, before this.
Like
before we all went to sleep?
No, you were not told of what time. I'll say you got up in the morning and Corazorn came and found all of you and let you all know the time that it would be happening. As yesterday was Gorthadak was wondering if you guys thought it would be a good idea. So letting you all know what time it will be happening, but also not specifically coming to you. Corazorn also is running around kind of generally announcing, I will be fighting in the arena, and everybody else is like, who the fuck is fighting Corazorn?
Who has a death wish?
So, but you all learn.
I was just gonna say that Kent might not, for the first, hour that, Kent would probably just spend that time just at home, at, Miriam's place, just in the room that he's been given for that hour.
Good old wall staring.
Miriam will come in with a nice, with a tray, open the door, be like, hey, sorry, hope I'm not intruding. It's part of what a family does to take care of each other, so I thought I'd bring you some breakfast. Sets it down on the bed. Leans forward and goes, can I get you anything?
Kent's just kind of, brooding in some way, I suppose. He's just... he looks at the food that she brought in, but doesn't make eye contact with her and just kind of, just sits there. He doesn't, say anything, really. He just kind of looks off.
Miriam will just kind of, rub around the head, pull for a slight hug, be like, it'll all be okay. I'm sure everything will turn out fine. And just give a small kiss on the head. If you need anything, just holler. I mean, I got the day off of work today, so, if you need anything, just let me know. And she leaves the room to leave Kent with what he's doing.
Yeah, he's just gonna chill in there. Maybe have some of the food. Otherwise.
And it tastes pretty good. It's a nice warm, like a nice warm meal. Eggs, sausage. There's like a mini, like almost a side of soup. Like it's very nice. A very
soup?
nice homey meal. I'll say, unless anybody wants to do anything specific, you're building houses, eating food, doing your personal business until eventually time for the arena fight arrives. You all meet up at the arena. As you all are going in, you see Aurora and Jay walking over. And
Hey.
Aurora goes, "Oh hi! Oh my god! I never really did give you a proper thank you.
You kind of weren't conscious at that time, so
Yeah, I was told. I gotta say it's very strange. I helped you out get out of the that fountain, and then now you all helped me get out of kidnapped. So I guess you don't owe me anymore.
Quid pro quo.
so everything's even now.
Jay is just like, are you sure? You still trust this the arena? I'm still kind of feeling. He goes, it'll be fine. Don't worry. Look, I'm sure ever since that happened, Buckeye put every trouble he could to make sure these things were safe. Jay is just kind of like nervous, just like, if you say so, I don't want to lose you again. He goes, it'll be fine. It'll all be fine.
Don't worry, if you get kidnapped again, we'll just find you again.
Aurora
Yeah,
kind of laughs.
That's very consoling.
Aurora laughs. Jay is just like, okay, well, if we're gonna go, let's just go. And they walk into the portal leading to the arena.
And thus Aurora gets got again.
Oh my god. If we like
You
find out like the
imagine?
next day that Aurora is missing again, I swear to god.
She'll just be the Princess Peach or Mario, and just every time we get close to her, she just gets away again.
Oh my god.
Alright, let's
Never
go
find
to
Aurora.
All right,
Let's
so
go to that stadium, baby!
you all walk in. You look before you remember being right near the edge, but looking forward and seeing directly in front, like almost as if you had front row seats. But you knew because you could look behind you, see that you were near the back of the stadium. This time, you actually are in the front seats.
Nice!
Yes.
You look back and you see 200 feet, 300 feet, like basically a mile of like just hundreds and hundreds of feet of just people behind you.
My goodness.
And okay, well, my mile is 5,280 feet, whatever. Like you see thousands of feet, just almost a half mile, almost a full mile of just a sea of people.
Nice.
And
I bring a comically large drum and
come on, Corazon!
Score some
Have, like, face
fucking
paint.
goals!
No, I will not give you access to hammer space.
Can I try and start "We Will Rock You" by Queen?
That'd be really funny if there were people like
Make
dressed
a-
up in costumes of like
make a
Corazon and
performance or a persuasion
Gorthidec.
check.
Come on.
Come on, Corazon!
Come on, guard the
A
day.
few people around you start. Some people don't know what the fucking song is that you're singing. They've never heard it before.
That's fair.
some
That's fair.
to start.
Those are my people over there. Yes.
Like there's maybe about like 30 to 40 people around that are singing along. Eventually you do find, you look out, you came in the middle of some other fighting. Like there was other battlings happening throughout the day. It's just finishing up. You see a man with two horn-like spikes on the top of his helmet, it coming down, and then just a big end round with a giant club, foot on top of a person who is shirtless with a giant axe, who is bloodied and almost has one of those cartoonish lumps on their head. And he just, yeah, thunk, thunk, thunk. And then, eventually, people come out, heal up the person on the ground. He gets up. They do like the Terminator handshake. Really, they do the handshake and then walk off. After about a minute or two, Corazorn walks out and goes, "All right, how's it going, everybody?" And there's a loud roar in the crowd. Everybody's hyping up. He goes, "Right, yes, now, I'm sure, everybody's wondering, who in the hell is fighting me? Look, nobody else here can fight me and ever come out on top. You all know that." There's like a slight chuckle throughout the crowd. He holding this crystal goes, "But you all know him. There's only one person who would be able to match me in a good fight." And there's immediate there's a murmur throughout the crowd, like, "Wait, what do you mean? But he's been gone. What's been going on? Where is he? Where's he been?"
Gorthnak was dead.
And then
You can't be possibly talking about Gorthadak.
eventually
No shot.
there is the sand of the arena, that's like the densely packed down sand, almost sandstone, starts to pick up, and there's a slight vibration every other beat of the ground. Sand picking up and slowly spinning, bringing itself towards the center of the arena, until after a minute or two it becomes a buffeting cyclone of sand. Then the sand goes from its grayish, it's like whitish yellow, and it starts to deepen in color as it spins and spirals. And then it becomes a deeper blue than a purple. And then it spirals up, becoming a full-sized, almost tornado within the entire arena. And then it immediately, the top of it, curves around and circles around the entire thing, creating a sphere of swirling purple dust. And then it all immediately dissipates, and within the center you see that golden white robe floating in the air.
The golden.
Down.
Oh, calm down, Olivia.
The white suit and pants, white cape with gold inlays floating in the sky, and you hear, "Did you all miss me? I know it's been a while." And there's like a slight hesitation, and and then you just hear one, like on the, like near the other side, you recognize Jay's voice. You hear, "Yeah!" And then the whole the whole arena is now like erupting in roars. Everybody's like, "Yeah, he's back." Yes, you hear some people a few rows behind be like, "We can finally get beers." Yes. Then eventually he touches down on the ground and goes, "I'm so sorry, it's been a while. There's been some problems, we could say. But everything, for the most part, has been solved, and I'm tying up loose ends with my dear friend here. And Corzon goes, "You couldn't finish him without me." And Gorthadak just kind of like shakes his head and goes, "Right, well, I know we normally do this sort of thing every couple years, but I felt that now might be a good time. Everybody's been feeling low, feeling down. I thought it'd be time for a grand show. How do you all think?" And there's a massive roar in the crowd. You see, like, you can look across, and like the stand was maybe only half full, but as Gorthadak's voice is echoing out of the arena, you watch like the half full stand suddenly go from half to almost completely packed, as if now the entire arena is almost entirely full. If people heard like, "Oh shit, Gorthadak's back! Fuck yeah!" They all go. Gorthadak and Corazorn teleport opposite ends of the arena. And now we are going to do again the arena fight. So, 2 of you are going to choose Gorthadak, and 2 of you are going to choose Corazorn. Make your decisions.
Well, we already know who I'm going for.
Gorthadak.
I go Gorthadaddy.
Oh, fuck Corazorn.
Okay.
Ride or die.
Well, okay, we got 3 people wanting Gorthadak. We got Tyler, Kent, and Brenham all wanting Gorthadak. So, I need.
Okay, I will pick Corazorn if I can do
roll
one thing.
advantage thing.
What is it?
Can I
What?
try and get a chant going for the Gorthadaddy?
No, I'm not allowing it.
No.
Fine.
I'm
Fine.
not
I'll roll
allowing
for
this.
Corazorn.
All right, so if I could have
Worth the shot. Damn it.
2
You mentioned
d20s,
Gorthadaddy. That took you out immediately.
give you a d20. Give a d20 from
No,
everybody.
he hesitated for a second.
Because I was like, I was
Mm-hmm.
about to say like, persuasion with disadvantage. Was like, no, he's a bard. I'm not doing that.
How about this? How about this?
The
I'll
moment
roll
you
one
assign something
time.
ridiculous
I'll
to a roll,
one
they're
time,
going
and
to
if I
do
get a
it.
d20,
Yeah.
then if I get a nat 20, then yes. But if not, no.
You can't even assign it to
No.
a nat 20 because the moment that happens, it's going to be a nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah?
can't. If I breathe it into, if I speak it into existence, it's going to happen.
Okay, but you don't understand how my rolls are all the time.
Anyways, I got an 18.
Okay. Audrey, roll a d20 for.
Mm. 8.
Ooh. I think just John's roll. Just roll,
On.
roll. So yeah, roll yours, Brenham. Roll a
Okay.
d20.
Baby. That's a nat 20. I'm not
this is
joking. I
That
swear.
would have been the fucking
Exactly.
roll, though.
That
would
would've
have
been
been the
why.
daddy roll.
This is exactly why I did not do it, because I knew.
Uh,
All right, so
fuck you, you stupid die. I love you, but fuck you.
Gorthadak, out of the Gorthadak still like waving at the people. Corazorn goes, "Oh, get your eye on the prize!" and immediately rushes forward and like elbow to jaw just clocks Gorthadak across, launching him like 200 feet back, almost into the wall. Gorthadak slides across the ground and locks himself in place. Corazorn grabs his axe, brings out his axe, and then slams his hands together and pulls, and now his axe is duplicated, and he has 2 identical golden axes. If I could have another set of rolls
From everyone?
from everyone. Another roll of d20s.
Another 18. Let's fucking go.
16.
Got a 7. What is this? I'm doing the one on here now.
All right, Gorthadak immediately. Gorthadak goes into a sprint, and as he sprints, suddenly 50 different versions of Gorthadak appear. Sprinting, all running full speed at Corazorn, some taking to the air, some diving down low and turning into beasts running forward. And Gorthadak and Corazorn just goes, "Oh, that won't do!" Takes both axe handles, slams both axes into the ground, pulls his hands together, brings out a flaming sphere, a flaming mote, throws it forward, and a fireball encompassing 300 feet encircles all of the Gorthadak clones. Bringing it down to where there is only about 2 or 3 left. One in a giant T-Rex, one Gorthadak floating above the rest, and another that is like very hurt, standing on the ground. Corazorn just goes, "Oh, come on, you can cheat death, but you can't beat me?" If I could have another set of rolls from everybody.
John is like leaning over whatever railing there is, just like pounding on the fucking side of the.
What is your
Go, 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 go. Roll your
My
d20,
rolls are not
Audrey.
good today.
That is a 12.
I swear
What'd you get, Brenham?
God.
No.
What'd you get?
No.
What'd you get?
That one.
I got a 1.
All right.
Man.
I will say then, in the Corazorn goes to grab his axes, but when he goes to grab them, they are not there, and he swings wide, and then Gorthadak and the Gorthadak in the sky is holding one of the axes, and the one on the ground that is injured is holding the other one. The one on the ground then Misty steps and teleports on top of the giant T-Rex Gorthadak, and readies himself. And Corazorn is just like, oh, now we're talking. I will say that because of the nat 1, that is a point for Gorthadak. That is 2-1, first to 4.
Alright.
So, can I get a roll again from everybody?
Surely, right?
Yes, sir. This time I'm doing it with the other dice you gave me.
I got a 16.
That's not even in the box. That's also not in the box.
You can do it, I believe in you.
That's a 3.
I would
What'd you
like
get,
to die, please. I'd like
What'd you
to
get?
die. I got a 2. It just keeps getting worse and worse. What is
But
this?
I think you said you got a 16, Trent?
Yes.
That Gorthadak wins out on that one by 1.
Fuck!
Gorthadak, the one floating in the sky, dives down straight to Corazorn and swings, and Corazorn immediately dodges out of the way, but then right as he dodges, a giant T-Rex with a Gorthadak holding onto the tail, it swings the tail, bringing the other Gorthadak and flat palming the blade against Corazorn's face and flings him halfway across the entire arena, him tumbling into the ground until he digs his fingers, looks up, goes, "Oh, now this is a party." And is starting to prepare some kind of spell. Corazorn is. It's now 2-2.
Man.
Everybody give me another roll.
Should I do
19.
the other dice, or should I continue with
Maybe
this
you-
dice? Should I do the one on here? I don't
It's up to you.
15.
Just try it again.
Okay, got a 19 and a 15 for Corazorn.
It's a 9.
19. No, that was from before. Give me another roll, Tylik.
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Bro, fuck off.
What the hell?
The script.
Go with the daddy.
What
Go
a
with the daddy.
I'll say it was a 19 and a 16, you said, Brenham?
15.
15. And Audrey only got a 9.
So
I'll
34 to 29.
Yes,
What?
but it's also a natural 20.
I know.
And also, whenever Gorthadak won before, it was a nat 1 with a 6 and 6 versus a 12. So technically, it was 17. It was 13 to 12, but it was a nat 1. So I'm counting the ultimates as a little more. I'll say this one ends up tying out. I'll say this one's a tie. Gives Corazorn and Gorthadak both a leg. Gorthadak, there's the one running on there's the dinosaur, the one riding on top. There's the one flying in the air. The one flying immediately makes a spread of about 3,000 red darts encompassing the entire sky, all coming together and becoming 5 giant spiraling sets of darts. And as they're flying forward, Corazorn finishes a spell, and yells, "Chasm!" And fingers planted into the ground, rips the ground open as a giant tear snakes across and opens up underneath the dinosaur Gorthadak. The one riding throws their axe towards Corazorn. The real Gorthadak flying above throws his axe at the same time and backs away. Corazorn manages to grab both axes and then spins both axes around, blocking all of the darts, but kind of pushing him into the ground from the force of all of them, then stopping them both in his hands. And staring at Gorthadak floating 100 feet in the air. If I could have one final roll from everybody.
Please, 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 please.
What'd you get?
Got a 2.
What'd you get, John?
A little old me with my natural 20.
Let's go! And I got a 17.
My
All right.
goodness.
Final bout. The very end. Corazorn leaps into the air, Gorthadak summoning a massive wall of water, fire, stone, and a column of air launching him into those 3 walls. Corazorn, getting buffeted by them both, leaps off of a rock off of the stone column and comes right into Gorthadak, makes the axe disappear, brings his hands together, and slams his fist onto Gorthadak's head, launching Gorthadak straight down into the ground, causing a giant dust cloud to appear among the ground. Corazorn lands. You're not able to see Gorthadak. You stand for a moment waiting. Everybody, there's this giant coliseum. You could hear your own blood moving. It's so quiet. And then the dust clears, and you see Gorthadak, his shoulders and head visible, him kind of like wiggling, just like, I seem to be stuck. And Corazorn comes over and crouches behind him and goes, "Need some help?" And Gorthadak goes, "Not from you." And Misty steps up onto the ground and goes, Oh, well, it seems I'm not the victor of this battle, but, death kind of slowed me down, Um, everybody, there's, like, cheers in the Coliseum, a lot of people chanting, Corazon, 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 um, chanting, excitement happening all throughout the Coliseum, people hugging, other people being like, "Holy shit, he's back!" Like, of course he couldn't get killed. You really think people can take out Gorthadak? He's scary as shit. Other people like, "How the fuck?" Okay, I really hope whoever blew up his bar doesn't exist anymore, because otherwise they're having a shit day. And eventually you all exit out of the arena. Walking around, you do find Jay looking around nervously, and eventually Aurora comes up, going, "See, I told you it would be fine." Goes, just don't right now. Aurora's like, "I'm sorry." Jay's like, "It's okay, just worried for you is all, and I felt powerless because I couldn't help you." Aurora just kind of pulls him into a hug, and they both walk off. The many bazaars of food skewers, clothing, merchandise. You see somebody selling tiny Gorthadak and Corazorn plushes.
Oh my god.
No, don't turn me into a marketable plushie.
No, don't turn me into a marketable plushie.
By the way, the next time I cast polymorph, I'm polymorphing somebody into a fucking marketable plushie.
That'd be really funny.
Isn't polymorph specifically into a creature?
My bad. I'll true polymorph them into a motherfucking marketable plushie.
Is true polymorph also into objects?
You can do. If I remember correctly, polymorph also works into objects.
Oh,
If
you're
not
actually
polymorph, then
playing
true
prop
polymorph.
hunt. Oh my god.
Polymorph 5e. Creature that you can see within range to an. Okay, it just says the spell transform a creature that you can see within range into a new form. An unwilling creature must make a wisdom save to avoid the effect. A shape changer automatically succeeds this saving throw. Transformation lasts for the duration or until the target drops to 0 hit points or dies. New form can be any beast. Okay, the new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's, or the target's level if it doesn't have a challenge rating. The target gets game statistic including mental ability scores replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast, retains its alignment and personality. Okay,
True
polymorph
can turn objects into creatures and creatures into objects.
So you could just turn a rock into a person.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, no, people don't think about true polymorph that much.
What the?
Well, yeah, isn't it a 9th level spell?
I mean, yeah, but like,
Yeah,
Well,
of
you
course.
are doing polymorph. I'm gonna go piss real quick.
I mean, true polymorph is literally the same level as wish as a spell, so
but people always focus on wish. They never think about true polymorph and true polymorphing someone into a marketable plushie mid-fight.
Such a
Does wish
goofy
do exactly?
prospect.
Is it just a wish?
yeah, you can turn an object into any kind of creature as long as the creature's size is no larger than the object size and the creature's challenge rating is 9 or lower. Creature is friendly to you and your companions. It acts on each of your turns. You can decide what action it takes and how it moves. The GM has the creature statistics and resolve all of its actions and movement. If the spell becomes permanent, you no longer control the creature. It might remain friendly to you depending on how you have treated it. Creature to object. Turn a creature into an object. It transforms along with whatever it is wearing and carrying into that form. As long as the object size is no larger than the creature's size. Creature statistics become those of the object, and the creature has no memory of its time spent in this form. After the spell ends, and it returns to its normal form.
How about that?
But it doesn't say if you turn them into an object, it will become permanent. It just says after the spell ends.
Right back in a second, actually.
And I've turned somebody into a marketable plushie. That's all that I care about.
I'll have to be careful with if I decide to give anybody access to true polymorph. Alrighty. We'll wait for Tylik to get back. I didn't realize though that at least with true polymorph, it said shape changers succeed the saving throw automatically. No, that's with
Yes,
regular polymorph.
because what are you gonna do? Change my shape? I already do that. Shape changer literally just gets to go no to a 9th level spell.
Like, oh, you turned me into a goat? Guess what? I'm not a goat anymore. Fuck you. Oh, I'm a marketable plushie? Now I'm a different marketable plushie. And now I'm no longer a marketable plushie, bitch.
But you're gonna make me a Corazon plushie? Nah, bro, I want to be a Goithadak marketable plushie.
You all peruse the bazaar. You definitely tell the entire city is much livelier. There seems to be an air of renewal that's going around, and everybody seems to have an extra pep in their step. As you're walking, eventually, you walk over to Korthadak's bar, and as if nothing happened, all the boards are gone, the magic doors are open, the many clones adorning next to each door, all standing there, with the magical gateways open and ready. I'll say, "Hello and welcome to Korthadak's bar. Are you needing a table?"
Well.
Well.
Wonderful. Looks at you for a moment, shakes his head, goes, "Ah, I believe the real Gorthadak is also wanting to talk with you afterwards. So whenever you're done with your meal, just let your server know, and they will bring you to him. Please enjoy your meal," and motions you towards the door.
What's in the meal for today? Lovely.
You all go in, have your meal, and I will say we will end the session there.
Lovely. That's some crazy shit. So many things happen. There's a lot for my brain to process.
I will say also, Brenham, I forgot to mention this earlier, I'm thinking about it now. Brenham, I will say, because of your work with Corazorn, Corazorn offered, if you wanted, he would offer you the Tiger Stone back.
Bitch.
You take it? Hello?
Hmm.
Do you take the Tiger Stone back, or do you leave it with Corazorn?
I will spare him the trouble of having to fight tigers, even though that is literally not the trouble to him. Yeah,
Well, no, it's not offering you. It's offering to Brenham.
Get fucked.
Brenham's, you work with Gorthadak. Corazorn
I
is the one who-
walked away for 2 seconds. What's happening?
I said.
Oh, I've been gone for a minute. I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah, I said that because of your work with Corazorn, I forgot to mention this. Because of your work with Corazorn, he offers you, if you want to take the Tiger Stone back, he offers you the Tiger Stone.
Although it is very tempting. Hey, what kind of trick could I play with this thing?
What could I do?
Give it to a group of kobolds.
No.
Yes. But also no.
I will.
Ken would say
I
no,
will
but
take
I say
it.
yes.
I will take it back.
All right, you take the Tiger Stone. Gorthadak also hands you an identical looking Tiger Stone and says, "This one is not enchanted. don't get them mixed up.
Do they look distinctly different, or do they like look
No,
the same?
identical.
Oh no.
Alright.
Which
Hold
begin?
on. Let me make sure he actually he gave you the right non-magical and magical. Yeah, okay, just
That would
barely.
be really
That
funny if he
if
accidentally
he rolled below
mixed them
20,
up.
I did roll percentile. If it was below 20, he would have gotten them mixed up, but he got a 23. Corzorn sits there for a moment and goes, no, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the magical one. That's the non-magical one.
Okay.
Need to keep them in
I
separate
like to give
pockets.
the non-magical one to Tyler.
All right, yeah, Tylek, you are given back your Tiger Stone.
With his kobolds.
You don't see them.
Do I have a spell for this? No, I don't.
Well, it doesn't matter because I'll say he's offering this to you because you all went to Gorthodak's bar. It's now freshly opened as if it was never closed.
But wait,
You went to.
I would think about this, wouldn't I? Like, why are you handing me this knowing tigers spawn? This is something Tylek would in fact think
Ooh.
about, given the fact that they tried to use that against somebody.
Yeah.
You do
They
know that
would.
as long as it's within nearby, like if John held it and then gave it back, then tigers would not attack. Because that's what happened before.
I could use some good tiger rugs for my house.
But they're just handing it to me.
You know, help with the feng shui, if you will.
John's like, what the fuck is feng shui?
Yeah, you all went to the bar, and I'll say he gave this to you in the bar, so you do not have current access to kobolds.
You don't have
I
access
just
to
took magic
kobolds.
it because I'm still on the air of suspicion. Because it's like you wouldn't just give this back to me. I know that for a fact.
You cast Detect Magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an innate rock. It's just a rock that looks
You
exactly
fucking
identical.
bastard.
Damn it.
Where's the real one? Where's the real one?
You didn't give me the real one, okay? He gave me that
Where
one.
did
I
you
didn't
get this?
know. He
Where'd you
gave it
get
to me.
And he didn't give you the real rock.
No.
I need Brenham to make a deception check and Tylek to make an insight check.
Please, Tyler, roll
Oh,
the shit.
please. Ah?
I have a 20 on that too.
Thank God.
+8 mean nothing. +8 mean nothing.
Yeah, you think that Corzorn only gave him the fake rock. You do detect something magic coming from Brenham, but you just assume that it is just his random assortment of bullshit, like his glowing sword and antulate and things.
Oh,
My-
right,
my
the
just-
antulate. I
my
almost
natural
forgot.
just-
Have you
my
summoned your
most-
ant for today?
I forgot about the ants.
They haven't
Oh
become
my
useful
God.
yet, but they will eventually.
Sure they will.
I will make them useful somehow. I don't know how yet, but I will.
Did you even remember that you
If-
had that
look,
until now?
Oh,
It's
he has
in
them
my
all written
notes.
down. He has them written
Yeah, I have
down.
them
He
all
showed
written
me.
down. That's
Here's
the
the thing.
only thing I have written down is all
If
my
you-
random amount of
If
crap.
you somehow find a way to make summoning one ant a day useful, then I will for sure give it to you. But I made sure to make these objects mundanely stupid as to make sure they could not be used too heavily later down the line. Because I feel like summoning an ant a day, one ant a day, is not. It's in a realm of stupid that is useless.
We'll see. We'll see.
Buddy, you don't know. I've
I'm
already
already
thought about
I'm already scheming.
reverse pickpocketing the tiger stone onto somebody and then pickpocketing it off of them. So they just get jumped by a tiger and it's untraceable back to me.
Yeah, but you do have to also keep in mind, Corazorn and Gorthadak both know that you are the ones holding the Tiger Stone. So,
But
if-
would the person who got jumped by a tiger live to tell the tale?
And would they automatically go to Gorthadak and Corazon and go,
If you
"Hey, I
just
was
do it
they
to
spawned
some
by a
probably-
tiger."
but here's the thing.
Any idea about that?
But here's the thing. Monsters don't spawn on the city side. So if just suddenly tigers appear, there's only one person who could be the culprit. One group of people that would be the culprit.
There could have been a traveling circus that was coming by, and a
Who
tiger got
knows?
out.
There's so many possible options, dude.
Exactly.
There's not as many options as you think there are.
Are you telling me your infinite fucking realm doesn't have a goddamn circus?
I'm
Is
saying
it?
it does,
Okay.
but also maybe they have
Okay.
a tighter rein on their fucking tigers,
Hear
and
me
it would
out.
be known whenever a circus's tiger got out because they would have circus people chasing
I
them.
love how mad he's getting about this.
I'm not mad. I'm exasperated. There's a difference.
Is there a spell that lets you see
You know what
through the eyes of
exasperation
another
stems from?
creature?
Frustration, and frustration stems from anger.
Frustration and anger are like the same thing.
It's exasperation, not frustration.
Trend, is there a spell that lets you see through another creature's
Yes.
eyes?
You're not able
That's
to
how we could
control
use the ant.
You're not able to control the ant. The ant is uncontrollable
If
by
we
you.
had
It's
a
just something
druid,
there.
dude, this amulet would be so fucking good.
Okay, so what if I take
I could just see through its eyes.
what if I take a feat into like novice druid or whatever, some bullshit. What if Okay.
Are you saying
Yeah.
this to gain access with speak with animals?
I'm gonna go to bed before some more dumb bullshit comes out of my mouth.
I speak with animals with the ant.
The ant
Go
goes.
get him, buddy.
The ant has no consciousness because it was created out of thin air. There,
Still
happy to.
talk. You still talk to him and be like, "Hey,
Oh,
buddy,
so
I
it
need you to go
creates
to
an
this
ant.
Wait,
It's
door
not
and
summoning
You
an
ask,
ant.
you ask the ant to do something, and it says, "What's going on? What happened? Where
You
am
said
I?"
if we could find a use for it, you wouldn't shut us down, and
my
you're shutting me
family?
down.
And now you're
Okay.
actively
Okay.
shutting us down.
Okay.
Well, if it ain't the big man squashing the little person.
Look,
Like ants.
What, are we ants to you, Mr. God?
yes.
This is why I hate gods.
Fine. You know, you're right. If you gain a use, fine. Just
Thank
know
you.
that
What's
yeah,
wrong with
maybe you'll polymorph. Maybe you polymorph an ant. That doesn't mean the creature's gonna be friendly to you, because it will
It
have.
does depending on how you treat it. It is innately friendly to the party, as long as the spell lasts, and then it will form its own opinion based off of how the
That's not.
party treated it.
That's true polymorph.
That means
not
that it would gain a
polymorph.
consciousness.
Not polymorph. True polymorph does that. Polymorph just changes it into a creature.
Can you cast magic missile on yourself?
Yeah. Why?
Curious.
Alright, I'm gonna go to bed.
Why are
Unless
you
there's
asking if
any
you
more
can
dumb bullshit.
cast
You know, y'all?
magic missile on
Nice,
yourself?
yeah.
What could you possibly want to know with that?
Just curious.
Mm.
Good night, y'all.
Good
Alright,
night.
Good night,
Yeah.
Trent. Have a good night. Mm-hmm. So why?
Why
Why-
magic missile on
Why do you
yourself?
want to cast magic missile on yourself?
I don't. I'm just curious.
Just curious.
Why are you curious?
Okay, hear me out here. Me and Tylek have very similar ways of chaotically thinking at random times. It's like, how could I fuck that? How could I turn this stupid?
And so casting magic missile on yourself?
It's like one of those intrusive thoughts, you know? It's like, You know, while you're driving, you're like, what if I just what? You know,
Mhm.
kind of like that. But
I don't
obviously, you
believe
never
you.
fall to them.
I don't believe you. And your
What-
shit-eating
what-
grin tells me everything I need to know.
What are you gonna roll an insight against?
Roll deception? Question mark?
Sure, roll deception right now. I don't know.
Why would I roll deception when I'm genuinely telling the truth? I
Is
am
it
just curious.
persuasion?
Okay,
I got a 17 on the dice. I'll give myself a +3 and be generous.
can you cast on? So I'm googling this shit now.
I mean, you probably can.
It's set. I believe it's just on a creature you can see.
You can cast spells on yourself unless the spell specifically specifies something or someone else.
You create 3 glowing darts of magical force. Each dart hits a creature of your choice that you can see within range.
I am a creature of choice that I can see.
Yes. So
By definition, I could.
yes, by definition, you could attack yourself with magic missile. I don't know why you would want to do that.
You did that, and then you crit.
Curiosity. Anyways, I'm gonna go.
Twas fun, guys. Hope
It
everyone has a
was fun.
splendid night.
Good night,
Bye.
you all.
Good night.
Sock.
Bye.
I
Well, fun stream stuff. Well, everyone have a lovely, lovely day, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye! Sooner stream will probably be, Tuesday. Tuesday we'll be having another D&D stream. So look forward to that. I'll see y'all later.